Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. And in the last episode, guys, we narrowly escaped disaster. We were able to flee from Hexport Station, we got the fuel line from Karsten's shop, but apparently Lane was able to tap into Sleeper's mind somehow via transmission or something, and he was not particularly happy with us. And everything went black, and then when we came to, we found ourselves here at the far Spindle, which is another space station, and apparently Hexport is no more. There was a gigantic explosion, people were trying to flee from it. We don't know exactly what happened, but we're lucky to be alive, and we're just going to continue on and hopefully trying to figure out what's going on. So, we have these strange dice up here. Tutorial, you have gained some glitch. Glitch is a penalty you gain from repairing dice and from Lane's attempts to hack your system. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock to the right of your dice. You can have a maximum of 6. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch dice at the start of the cycle. Each time you roll a glitch dice, you clear 1 level of glitch. A glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% chance of a positive outcome. Ooh. Okay, so let's look at that one more time. The glitch clock tracks your level of glitch and indicates if you have a chance of rolling a glitch dice. Dice looks like that, so we've got 2, maximum of 6. But each time we roll a glitch dice, we clear 1 level of glitch. Well, maybe we'll have to make sure that we use the glitch dice on things that aren't going to give us a negative outcome. We have the stuff that only has like positive and neutral, or that negative might be a permanent thing. We shall see. Oh! You find Junie in the airlock, her small collection of things crammed into her bag. I was coming to see you, I promise. She looks nervous. I was waiting for you to wake up, but Seraphin said you were okay, so... That's okay. She smiles. Thank you, Sleeper. I'm glad you're feeling better. While you were out... She pauses, the concern for you obvious. I was digging into the data I pulled from that core, the Solheim one. There's a lot of stuff in there. But it's impossible to read. Either I'm decrypting it wrong or I don't have the right cipher. Whatever it is, I think it means the data is important. She takes a breath. Or at least it was to Solheim. I need to find someone to help me pick away at it, to crack it open. She looks down. That's why I'm going. We can take you there. No, look. After what happened with the rig, Bliss saving us, we are all lucky to be alive. She shifts her bag on her shoulder. I think I'm better off alone. For now. Oh! She suddenly reaches into her bag, producing a handful of chits. Some of the data I sold, just so I could buy myself a ticket to where I need to go. It's not much, but here's your share. She passes you the chits. Keep them. She pushes them into your hand. Don't worry, I've kept enough. Good luck, Sleeper. And tell Seraphin goodbye for me. What are you chasing? She freezes, caught off guard by your question. I know there's value, true value in that data, Sleeper. I know it, and She pauses again, unsure of herself. I have a project to continue. One I won't abandon. Maybe I can tell you about it another time. She smiles weakly, closing up again. Well, she rubs the back of her neck. See you around. You watch her drift away from the docking tunnel and into the far Spindle, with questions still bouncing around your head. Maybe, if your paths cross again, you might be able to get some of them answered. Okay, well, we do have 2 points we can throw into something. +1 to affected dice. -1 stress on focus die POS outcome. No cost glitch. Oh, push cost glitch, not stress. Stress effect. Oh, we probably need to save up and maybe pump up our skills too. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that for right now. Let's take a look at this station. Ooh. Oh wow, this is massive. Pinnacle Docks, Spindle Core, Bliss's Bay, got the rig of course, and the Underhang, a growing shantytown. It's like a big old section of the eye from the first game. Repairing the rig. The rig is mostly patched up, but Bliss wants a few more cycles to run final tweaks and diagnostics. That's fair. Help the residents. Underhang residents couldn't afford to rent further up, so they came here to build their own units. They're always in need of repair work. Many residents of the Far Spindle live in the ramshackle Underhang. It's not an easy place to learn to navigate. The Underhang grew organically, unit after unit built into each other by refugees and new residents. This makes it a tough place to explore. Okay. Explore the core. From wide transit tunnels to labyrinthine corridors, all the passengers of the Spindle seem to pass through the core. Chat to crews. Spacer crews are a constant presence in the core. If you want tips on crew and contracts, you might as well ask them. And then the docks. Roam the docks. Looking around the Pinnacle docks without getting in someone's way is hard. It takes fortitude to explore among the chaos. There's so much freight flying around it seems safer to cozy up with a terminal and study the manifest to learn this place. That looks like everything. I guess we probably need to maybe play around with these glitched dice. Yeah, 80% negative. Oof. That's a bit rough. But we need to do that, don't we? It's just risky, it's not dangerous. So let's see what happens here. You go toward a door offering repairs, but all you get are suspicious looks and a tiring tour of the units. That's okay. And try it again. Just get the glitch dice like out of our path, maybe, so we don't have to worry about them. And I think we'll focus on the life beneath for our. Okay, we lost a little bit of energy. A new location's been discovered, though. Maybe a place where we can get some food. Nemba's Kitchen, refugee canteen. Earn a meal. Nemba's Kitchen serves those that can't work in the Underhang, but able-bodied visitors like you have to work a kitchen shift to get to eat. Like Bon Jovi's cafe or restaurant that he has. Okay. Wait a minute. What was that? Impressing Nemba. Nemba is too busy to spend too much time with everyone in the kitchen, but he does notice those who do good work. Let's definitely use our good dice for this. Another new location discovered. Spindle's Edge, improvised residential block. Sealing shift. Most of the Far Spindle workers don't like going out to seal up the new units, so they leave that tiring and dangerous work for outsiders. Ooh, wonder what that's gonna entail. We have 144 cryo right now. We've got full fuel and supplies. We can play around with some stuff. We've gotten to know the community that have settled in the Underhang and their humble neighborhood. Cool. The Scrapper ship, traveling scrap dealers. The scrappers know their business, but they often have sorting and processing work for those who can spot corroded trash from valuable scrap. Buy scrap components with cryo, and process raw scrap cargo. Okay. I like it. I guess we could do a shift. What would be the stats on that, actually? Ooh, yeah, I don't like that. Maybe intuition. I think we'll go ahead and save one of our... Oh, we're full up on our stamina, too. That's good. We'll have Seraphin grab cryo for us, and we'll end the cycle. Now, do those glitch dice come back? That's kind of... Okay, just one. I like it. That could have gone infinitely worse. And we have this and have this. Do we want to see if we can unlock other parts of the station, or is this kind of just for different specialties, you know what I mean? I wonder. Yeah, see, we've got Endure and Interface here. This is for, like, each class, I'm thinking. Chat to engage and intuition here. And then down below. So, I'm going to assume, and it's probably a bold assumption, that if we do the same thing here, it's going to unlock the same kind of amount of stuff that we have down below. So let's do this just once. Let's go ahead and do a shift and see what this does for... Oh, goodness. Oh, that's an Endure shift. Whoops, I thought that was going to be... Well, that is not something for us to do. That gets us cryo, though. This would get us a ton of cryo. We'll do at least one scrap shift. For 14 cryo. You strike it lucky by finding some valuable components encased in a hull plate. The result is a bigger payout for far less effort. Huzzah! And then... Input 2... Okay, so raw scrap for 22 cryo. And then process it. I don't know if that would necessarily... Of course, maybe we have a random chance of getting scrap here, and then we can process it. We're kind of like just buying time at this rate. Let's explore the core with our glitch dice. We'll get ourselves hopelessly lost. +1 Spindle cruise. You get lost and end up in a transit tunnel where cargo haulers rumble past dangerously. You need to be careful. Indeed. Spindle cruise. You find quieter corridors to glide through, shortcuts that connect key bays and common spaces. Food. Food. Order a rack. Seaweed-based liquor with a powerful saline taste. Gaia's Gyre has a reputation for serving it neat and strong. And buy kelp cakes. Freelancers at the far Spindles seem cagey, but spend enough time at the local bar and they'll warm to you. Okay. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting drunk here. We'll just use our profits from our scrapping expedition. And a huge cylindrical kelp tank sits at the center of Gaia's Gyre. It is a source of the key ingredient for the canteen's food. The far Spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There's no shortage of spacers here. The corridors and bays throng with crew inbound and outbound, on or between contracts. trading stories, contacts, and materials. But whatever language, appearance, or code identifies someone as worth signing on with, you don't seem to have it. Perhaps because you're a new face, or are noticeably unsure. Or perhaps it's because you're just a sleeper. You push the thought to the back of your mind, and instead focus on what's in front of you. The vast cylindrical tank in the center of Gaia's Gyre. Or Gyre? The first time you entered the bar, you floated open-mouthed, much like all the new arrivals do, at the sight of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you have ever seen. Even now, your eyes fixed on the fronds of seaweed that wave in the circulating water, beyond the curve of dirty glass. You find it impressive. You take a sip of the harsh, saline-centered rack from its magnetic vessel, secured to the bar. As you suck on the straw, your eyes following the shifting fronds, you hear someone clearing their throat beside you at the bar.
Hypnotic, isn't it?
The voice is low and rumbling, and comes from the large figure on the stool next to you. The fluorescent lights behind the bar glint in his eyes, shining up into his wide, rough face.
I heard talk you're hiring.
The figure turns to face you. You don't recognize him, but in the shifting light of Gaia, it isn't surprising. From who? He shrugs and looks around the bar.
Sleepers tend to draw attention.
You follow his eyes around the bar and notice a couple of patrons are eyeing you.
Eugene, currently freelance.
He turns on his stool and leans back a little. The effect is clearly meant to impress on you his size, and you have to admit, it works.
Serve the whole slate of crews out in the Spindle. Cutters, mercs, extractors.
He smiles and places a broad hand on his chest.
Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor, the full package.
Any references? He raises an eyebrow.
You running a crew or a corps? Ask anyone. They know Eugene is an honest worker.
He taps twice above his heart with 2 fingers. A sign you don't know.
I'll run anything out of the far Spindle. I'm tough and quiet, and you won't need to worry about me.
He folds his arms across his chest.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Before you can answer, a voice echoes out from behind you. Eugene! You look over your shoulder for the source of the shout. Busy as ever, I see. A group of 3 spacers drift up behind you, one of them placing a heavy hand on your shoulder. She's fitted with matte metal optical implants, and you cannot see her eyes. The caustic light from the tank plays across her face. Vesna. Too busy to keep in touch. I really don't like it when I have to come and find you.
Vesna?
Eugen nods politely at her, not betraying any strong reaction.
Do I look like I'm socializing? This is a meeting.
Oh, a meeting. Vesna squeezes your shoulder. Is that what this is?
Yes, Vesna. We are talking about your delivery, in fact.
Eugen smiles widely.
My friend here has been very helpful.
He shoots you a knowing glance. That's right. Vesna turns to you with a raised eyebrow, but before she can speak, Eugen cuts in.
The sleeper has a unique ability to extract data.
Eugen smiles at Vesna.
Exactly the kind of data you have been asking for. So, if we could just get back to it.
Eugen gestures towards you.
Then I can deliver what you need.
You know, Eugen, I'm pretty tired of this whole act. She gestures dismissively at him. But in the end, it doesn't matter. She drops her hand from your shoulder to her belt. Your eyes follow it down, and you see a dark, boxy shape there. A weapon? You either deliver by the deadline, or you don't. And when you don't, she smiles tightly, I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, she shoots you a final glance. Chat to whoever the hell you want. Vesna and the two spacers flanking her glide out of the bar, and Eugen watches them go with little emotion.
So,
Eugen's smile returns.
you are about to hire me?
What was that?
Oh, Vesna?
He shrugs.
She's just trying to rush me, that's all. I won't be working with her again.
He pauses, choosing his words carefully.
Of course, I can't talk about the particulars. You understand. Vesna just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble.
Eugen looks away, out of the door of the bar.
Let's not let her.
He pauses in silence for a moment, still looking away. You try to get a read on him, but his face is blank. Only his glittering eyes hint at some rapid internal activity. He turns back to you and meets your eye, a sudden shift in his manner obvious.
If you need crew, you need to work. If you need to work, you need cryo. Is that right?
He doesn't stop for your answer.
Well, I can offer both. Hard work and a good contract with a good payout. You take me with you on this job of mine and we split the take.
He looks down, thinking.
Hell, if you do, I'll consider signing on long term.
He smiles.
Think of that. No more recruiting.
What's the job?
Salvage.
He leans in.
I know of a wreck untouched by the local crews, which recently turned up in the wash. It's just a little sunward from here, but it's a disabled transponder makes it invisible to anyone who doesn't know it's there. Not to squeeze the location out of the contact, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me and your crew, and we'll claim it all. It's going to be a good payout.
He winks.
A really good one.
What's the catch? Eugen frowns.
No catch.
He leans back and looks around the bar.
Happy to take the offer elsewhere. I just felt like you were the right captain for this one. I'll be ready to go whenever you like.
Eugen pauses.
As a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the far Spindle. But I'm not leaving the station with you yet. Not till we get my job done first. After that, we can talk flying together. No need to rush into it.
He shakes your hand firmly, his palm rough and pitted, then turns back to his drink. You slip out of the bar, looking to see if Vesna is nearby. You don't spot her among the passing crews, but you can't help but imagine eyes on you in the bar. You shake it off, having become familiar with the feeling of being observed. What matters is you found yourself a crew member and a contract. Whether either will come good, however, remains to be seen. Okay, well, we've got a new buddy and an upgrade point. Huzzah. Let's see. Do we want to go ahead? Makes me wonder what else we can find if we impress Nemba. 50% negative. Let's earn a meal here. Big bucks, no whammies. +2 energy and impressing Nimba. Good. Let's go ahead. I don't think we can push right now, can we? Yeah, it's not going to let us actually push. Is there anything else that we can just procure? Just by throwing in some points. Interface. Let's see if I'm correct with my theory. Oh, that's actually okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Start the action. Keep exploring. And we're halfway done with the Spindle core. And I think that should also go ahead and clear us from any further glitch. So let's head back to the rig. End the cycle. We still got some time while the vehicle's being fixed. Uh-oh. You awake to the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk and dizzily glance around. Lane? Bounty hunters? You kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around the corner. Sorry. They look a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backward. It takes you a moment to understand what's happening. You steady yourself against the door frame. Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy. I get it. Bliss looks down. Didn't mean to wake you. It takes you a while to get ready and drift down to the mess to see what's happening. By then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from a hatch you'd never previously noticed in the mess's ceiling. Sorry again, Sleeper. The voice comes through the ceiling panels, muffled and dull. You settle at a stool, neatly tucking your legs behind the crossbar. How are you doing? Me? Bliss' muffled voice echoes around the room. I'm working. A pause. Helps keep my mind off things. What things? Bliss spins deftly, hooking their legs into the open ceiling so that, from your perspective, they're hanging upside down. They give you a look. Do you really want to know? A yawning Seraphim drifts in. He looks between the two of you, amused.
What are you both doing up so early?
You and Bliss exchange amused looks.
What?
Seraphim asks. You didn't hear the alarm? He shrugs.
Heavy sleeper.
He drifts over to the mess's cupboards to hunt for some breakfast. You turn back to Bliss, but they have disappeared back into the ceiling panels. Before long, the mess is filled with the shrill screech of a power tool. Seraphim looks totally unaffected and hooks himself onto a stool, lazily sucking at a ration pouch while he taps away at his slate. The screech finally stops. After a while, you kick off from your stool. Time to head out. Bliss rushes after you, stopping you in the passageway before you can leave. I have something I want to show you. Bliss leads you off the main corridor into a corner of the ship you don't remember visiting before. You come into a room with low, sloped ceilings, a single round window illuminating some neat tool storage, and a workbench set into the wall. Look, Bliss begins. I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs. They smile. And I think you have need of me. They glance at you, at a tear in the thick vinyl skin of your arm. Can I take a look? Okay. They smile and lead you towards the workbench. They turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. They reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. You look at the setup. It's basic, but it looks clean and well organized. They gently close the tear with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes up neatly. After they're done, they release your arm, and you can barely see the scar. Bliss admires their work. See? They smile. I know it's more serious than a tear. Bliss folds their arms, but I can handle it. They turn and search through a set of metal drawers for a moment. Here. They produce a couple of carefully machined, pristine components. Was saving these for an important job. They wink. Guess I just found it. Bliss pushes the components into your hands. Take them. When you're ready, come up here, and we'll fix you up. These are a rare find, though. In future, we might have to make do with something lower quality. They wince. You can find scrap components at most scrapper ships, like that one that's hanging down around the underhang. The better the components, the easier they'll integrate with your systems. Bliss leans on the workbench. I'll do my best to keep you running. Thank you. Don't worry about it. They shrug. You're a guest in my bay, and I can't have my guest's body collapsing, now can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. And Bliss smiles. I should get back to fixing the ship. They leave you in the workshop among the simple tools, considering the particular qualities of your new friend. Hey. You can repair your dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. Repairs require either scrap components or rare components. The better components you use, the less glitches you will suffer. You cannot repair dice during a contract. So we have to wait for these things to get completely broken before we can even try to repair. So that's good. Alright guys, well, I mean, I think we're doing pretty good on our progress. We still got 4 more days. We're unlocking more parts of the Spindle. I'll take that as a win. But we will go ahead and call it an episode and pick it up next time. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And I'll see you in the next episode. Later days, everyone.